kudos to all the organizers. Yeah, so maybe you are like regular users of Copilot Studio Agents, you know everything about it. You build many agents, you keep up with like what Microsoft is delivering every week, every month, like, and maybe you are tired of constant changes that are happening in this area. But today I will try to maybe show you something new. I would be happy if you will pick up from my session at least one new thing. Maybe, yeah, that would be my goal. I'm focusing on just things that I feel are some sort of a new, and I try to not repeat like something that is very common. Everyone should know how to build like Copilot Studio Agents, how to use the Copilot inside Copilot Studio Agents, and how to build topics, sections, knowledge. Yeah, it's all like repeated multiple times. So my tips and tricks today, although the description of the session might be a little bit vague, like maybe, yeah, I will try to surprise you. So my name is Piotr Rusak. I am a Power Platform lead in Bossart, and yeah, because every second is precious, it's enough about me. I'm just a community friend and Baltic Power Platform community member, like a proud member of this community. Yeah, let's move on to the first, to the agenda of today's presentation. It will be short. I will try to present you 4 or 5 tips and tricks. I will switch between presentation and demos. There will be a lot of demos. For every tip or trick that I present, I will switch to present it, how it looks and how it will look like. Just bear with me, be patient. You'll see probably all of them. All are different, and it's your decision if you will use them or not. So let's start with the first. First, I titled preparation documentation. I start from the less advanced tips and tricks, and at the end there I left like the most complicated, most advanced tip for Copilot Studio Agent builders. All my tips are related to Copilot Studio Agents that you can build inside Copilot Studio. So I will not touch BizChat, I will not touch SharePoint agents. So today I'm focused only on those low-code way of Copilot Studio Agents building. So let's start. Are you sure when you are building your Copilot Studio Agents, are you sure you planned everything? Do you know all possible options with Copilot Studio Agents? Maybe you are also frustrated that all the UI, UX in Copilot Studio Maker portal changes every week. They sometimes redo everything, and you make a slides and then you make screenshots or videos, and then ooh, something new and totally new. So it's you can have a headache. And how to do this, like how to stay up to date, like how to be on track with all those changes on all new stuff, and how to not have a headache. The answer for this, and my first tip is, you should definitely know what is Copilot Studio implementation guide. And on my slides, you will see a lot of QR codes, so just to help you, I don't know, grab and save from my session all the useful links, because I will refer to many other resources. So just to tease you a little bit about like the potentials, where you can find more knowledge and where you can dig deeper about like and find information about Copilot Studio Agents and development and governance, deployment. Yeah, my tips and tricks are not just for makers. Those tips are dedicated for everyone who is touching Copilot Studio Agents in low code in Power Platform. So yeah, and here I have a logo of a very talented group of people gathered in Microsoft. They call themselves PowerCat Team. Probably everyone already heard about them, yeah. So they are dedicated to help customers, like big customers of Microsoft, to adopt Power Platform solutions, yeah. So if you have a big potential project and you potentially buy a lot of licenses, or you are enabling Power Platform in a big organization, you can opt for like a help from this team. And This team delivers also very good toys and stuff for us regular users of and builders and deployers. Yeah, and this is the URL where they store all the information about all the kits, all the helpers that they built. Yeah. Now I will switch to demo mode just to show you what I mean by this implementation guide. If you never heard about this implementation guide, this is a big mistake, and you should get a step back, read the implementation guide, and get back to doing your projects in a proper way. So those links you have in those QR codes, at least the main links that will lead you to this page, for example. And from this page, you can download this PowerPoint presentation, and this is this implementation guide. I have this presentation opened here in SharePoint. I had to open this in this way because I would not be able to present. PowerPoint is sneaky and allows only to open one presentation in one desktop. So to switch between desktops, I am presenting this one here. And yeah, I would say, don't put yourself excuses. Yeah, read the whole stuff. I know maybe for some of you who are, I don't know, makers, part will be boring. Yeah, believe me, it's worth reading everything that even the planning area of the implementation guide. Recently, PowerCat team deployed, implemented the newest version, 1.5. And maybe I just focus on few most interesting slides from this document. Definitely this one is one of the most important stuff recently, that you need to understand what you have in your hands in context of playing with generative answers. Another cool slide, at least from my perspective, because everyone can find something different. Yeah, so another cool slide is about architecture of Copilot Studio. So this is amazing piece of knowledge, and yeah, thanks to PowerCat team. Yes, and so I would like to also emphasize one more thing, just for those who would like to keep an eye open on future versions, because important announcement from PowerCat team member Henry James on LinkedIn. I hope it will open. Now it's like, yeah. So maybe I'll tell this. They said that version 1.5 will be the last version built in this huge 102 slides. They plan to split it into parts, so every role in the project will have their own part. So makers will have their own goodies, governors will have their own stuff to read. So in my opinion, this is very good change, and yeah, let's wait when they will deliver this new version of implementation guide. Okay, so this was the tip number one, I would say the easiest, but let's get back to the presentation. Tip number two. Proper tools are always helpful. So what do I mean by this? You need to equip yourself with like a proper tool set. So to do some tough stuff in a smart way, not a heavy way. So, and I am a big fan of automation and scripting. So maybe this slide will jump a little. Here I will take a huge leap into in advancement, because here I am proposing something like PowerShell. You might say, oh, Copilot Studio and PowerShell, they don't like each other too much because there is not too much commandlets about Copilot Studio. That's true, but still you can see more by using like clever PowerShell scripts. Yeah, and if you need to do something multiple times, why you should do it always manual? Script it. Governors need scripts. Check who was using bots and where the people, in which environments you have the big amount of bots. Of course, you can also use an easier version, because it's quite popular that you can use COE Starter Kit. So it's for people who don't like script too much. I agree. I like to have both scripts and COE Starter Kit. And recently, Microsoft also in Ignite announced an inventory, so that you can watch your resources in your whole tenant from inventory. Unfortunately, this doesn't work yet for my environment and my tenant. So I just saw the inventory on slides. Maybe my tenants are not licensed properly or something. I don't know. So that's why I am using still COE starter kit and scripts. I'll show you in after like presenting all the tools, the demo of the scripts and other tools also. Second tool that you need to use is PathCLI. This is I would say stepbrother of PowerShell. Thankfully, it can offer us more commands and around Copilot comparing to PowerShell. But there is some sort of an ABC, some first steps with PathCLI, because if you will not make these basics, you cannot use any command. So very important command is to authenticate yourself to prove that you are eligible to use some commands. Then you can use list some your environments, because might happen that you have a dozen of environments in your tenant, so you need to be careful to and be sure that you work with appropriate environment. And then we have a lot, maybe not a lot, just several commands, but I like some of them, and I would like to show you one command that we use in my team quite a lot, just to speed up some processes. And last, okay, QR code, of course, about some PathCLI. And last part is XRM Toolbox, my favorite. I love XRM Toolbox. If you are not using this, it's time to start using it, because it simplifies life. Yeah, too short to tell all about all the use cases. So today I will focus on my favorite. This is my favorite tool, SQL for CDS, Mark Carrington. And also just to complement what's not possible in PathCLI, I will show you Path's Power Platform CLX from Michael Ox. Yeah, and many, many more. So it's not a topic about, this session is not dedicated to XRM Toolbox. It's more about Copilot Studio and how to use those tools to help you with your Copilot Studio Agents development. Yeah. Okay, so it's time to swap to the demo mode. Yep, let's minimize this one. So first of all, few links. Here you can read a little bit about PowerShell in Power Apps and Power Automate. You can also Google that some samples. This is a nice start for the Power Platform PowerShell scripters to work on top of some samples. Don't start by yourself. Sometimes reading and repeating based on samples is the best way of learning and picking up technology. Power Platform CLI, also how to install it, and then the homepage of XRM Toolbox. But the best stuff is when we switch to these tools. So first, I would like to show the PowerShell. This is like my own version of PowerShell and my private version of COE starter kit that I built in PowerShell. The benefit of this is I can easily, I don't know, in like a few minutes, grab the latest, greatest snapshot of the whole tenant with all goodies that are there, sometimes with much better information that lives in COE starter kit. COE starter kit synchronization is like a slow, it has two flavors. The new flavor is better, but still slow. So sometimes I need a faster method. And here is a sample that maybe I will show you. Today we are talking about bots. Then I will show you my bot file and what I have about I have all bots from all the environments. I am showing you today my developer environment, of course, not the production one. So from development environment, I just played a little bit with different environments. I created few bots for today's presentation. Yeah, I have information who created bot, in which environments they have, what IDs those bots have, and yeah. And when they were created, do they come from the solutions, or managed or unmanaged? Yeah. So and this is a matter of like extending this script to grab more data. And because I have a lot of topics, I have to switch to another one. Let's go to the next tool. And this below, probably you discover that I have here a terminal in Visual Studio Code. And the second tool that I wanted to show is PathCLI. Quickly, very quickly. So we have this kind of comments, but by typing paths, you have like a list of comments available in path CLI. You can check what kind of authentication profiles you have on your computer, and this star presents that I am logged in right now to my dev tenant, and I can see, but by path CLI, list of environments that lives in my dev tenant. Yeah, and this is, again, star means which environment I'm connected to, and I can use paths copilot commands. I highly, again, this session is not to explain piece by piece what's possible, it's just to tease you. You need to go and check yourself those tools and how they will work for you, because I want to show you 5 tips. The second one of them is about tools, and maybe today I would like to maybe show you and put attention on extract template command. So this one. This is, I would say, some sort of a alternative to ALM with full alternative. Maybe it's too much, because it's, you should never, you can move bots from environment to environment using solution. This is a proper and full-blown ALM version of like moving bot from one to another. But sometimes, and also including in my team in our company, we want to build one bot multiple times, create a template, and then create it in few minutes 10 times with different settings. I don't know, one would be classic, second generative orchestration. How to do it fast? We use this extract template, which creates from specific bot YAML template. And then we use create method to use this template, YAML template, to create multiple other version of the same bot in the same environment. And this is exactly the way how I built today's prepared myself for today's presentation, and I built, I don't know, 10 bots. I created just one, and I repeated again and again with just providing different schema names for different bots, just to assure that there will be no naming collisions. And that's the beauty of automation. And we can do this from here, but a word of warning: if you install the latest version of 1393, this will not work here. I don't know, Microsoft changed something. That's why I want to jump quickly to another tool. And this tool is super nice. If you are working with path CLI and you discover problems like this one, you can change the version of path CLI which you are working with by this dropdown. So I discovered that this particular command for paths Copilot works in previous version, and I can, and I created for you specially already a template of bot, which is here. And this is YAML. But again, just don't get me wrong, this is not replacement of solutions. With template, you don't have in your template everything. As an example, you will not have Dataverse files which are part of your knowledge. Be careful about this. So template just stores the most basic data, instruction, description, most of the knowledge sources, those that don't require separate components in your solution. Yeah, also. So probably maybe 80% of your bots can be templatized. I use this trick, and I use templates a lot. So this is YAML. I will not explain today YAML, but I will try to create based on this YAML file. So this is template file name. This is the environment ID. You need to believe me, this GUID of my environment. And today, maybe I will call it GPP BPL. And the same in the display name, just to prove you that this is just live demo. I hope demo gods will be with me. Yes, and this is the schema name of the one of the default solutions, just to not complicate stuff too much. Okay. This runs in this fashion. In the meantime, I will switch to my agents. This was last agent that I created. And if I will refresh, it's still not created. Wait a minute. I forgot to tell you also the questions. If I will have not managed to answer questions, because usually I use the whole time that organizer give me to present my session, I promise I will get in touch with you in other, with other channels, LinkedIn or something. Yeah. So it's
No
still not
worries,
created.
Piotr. I am monitoring, so it is not bad.
Okay. Copilot, yeah, so it's created. Maybe I refreshed, but the first refresh button a little bit too early. Now I will refresh, and I should have on top like GPPB Copilot. Yeah, it's here. Although you see in templates might have some data that comes from the template. So again, be careful. It's rather not for production use, although it's a starting point for potential production. Right now, for example, we are testing different settings for the same bot, and how much specific actions will cost, for example. As an example, this is one of our tests. That's why we need to have exactly same bots in multiple versions on the same environment. Maybe this is also your case. Feel free to use this technique. And I promise that I will also mention a little bit my favorite tool from XRM Toolbox. This is SQL for CDS from Mark Carrington, a genius. So yeah, all kudos. And here I need to mention, if you use daily XRM Toolbox and you, thanks to XRM Toolbox, you saved a lot of time, think about donating those people who are building those tools for free. Maybe I've not built anything, so this is not on because of me, but I really appreciate those guys, and they really deserve some donations from time to time. Okay, so SQL for CDS gives you a power of writing SQL queries and return data, like transform this data to some Dataverse API queries, and then you get data in SQL Management Studio like fashion. That's something nice because you can monitor what you have exactly in your environments. You have, yeah, I will not go into basic details about how XRM Toolbox manage connections, etc. It's just I want to today highlight that Copilot Studio data lives in 4 major tables in Dataverse. These tables are bot component. So if you would like to, for example, have like a lot of, if you want to store data about all the components that build one bot, you can have this query. Maybe you also, I don't use right now in this environment, at least I don't, so this table should be empty. But you can hear more from Dwayne Robinson, Copilot Studio dude, like in his YouTube channel, how to use bot component collections. And last one is conversations. Here I just provided fake bot name, so this will also not find. But if I would comment this out, then I would get all the. I have to highlight. I will get all the conversation transcripts. So this table, conversation transcript. But here a hint for everyone who potentially might fall into the same trap that I did. I'm showing you everything from developer environment. And guess what? Conversation transcripts are not saved on developer environments. Null, zero, nothing. Why? Because Microsoft don't want to pay for this. This is a table that usually will grow exponentially because all the conversation transcripts, imagine, yeah? That's why even if all about Copilot Studio Agents works fine, you will never find transcripts in your dev environment. You need to live with this. You need to test this feature on sandbox or production environments. Okay. Let's get back to the presentation. We have like 2 tips presented. Let's get back. We are quite good on time. Let's go to the tip number 3. And with this tip, I was skeptical if I need to put it. I will tell you why in a moment, because there are slightly change of circumstances with this one. Unexpected, because I prepared everything, I tested, and I was really surprised. But I will show you in a moment. So let's start with the beginning, how I started with this tip. Everyone must understand that behind Copilot Studio Agent, it's much more than just Dataverse resources. Every bot has a dedicated app registration, which has inside 3 or recently 3, before it was 4 certificates. And thanks to this, for example, you have out-of-the-box authentication to different channels. Yeah, so we as a makers, sometimes we don't want to know about this. We ignore this topic. It's not our problem. It's something strange living in Azure or Enter ID, how to call it. So why we should bother? But there are some people who bother. Because you probably cooperate with some in your companies or in your customers, like with some IT teams that have to make sure that the Azure is in a tidy state, right? So, and it looks like maybe here I would immediately tell you that the problem with Azure App Registration tidiness is a past, because Microsoft fixed this. Yeah. So when you remove your bots when you were removing bots in the past, it was not removing app registration from Enter ID. And you might be surprised, because this problem might have still impact on you, because maybe you are not aware and you have, I don't know, dozens or hundreds of app registration in your tenant. Please go there and check with your IT team or Azure team to check. In our situation, for my company, it was like about 200 orphaned app registrations. Yeah, but I discovered, I wanted to also point this today, because it's something more than just proper management. Amazing contributor, author of amazing governance solutions in whole Power Platform, a member of community. And this is a colleague from Spain, Valentin Mazar. Maybe you've heard about him. And he delivered a solution before Microsoft fixed this. This was his idea. And he built a flow that is properly removing everything from including Dataverse resources and Azure resources. I decided to present this to you because in this solution, there is something more than just a pure deletion. The solution is organized in super nice way and contains one amazing feature that you might use also for other purposes as a governors. Valentin is a governor, and he created a way of elevating privileges of application user for a short period of time, for a period when you want to do some administrative task. And then right after you are done with some administrative task, Valentin in his solution revokes this permission, and this is amazing tool for governors. So and second thing that you might use this solution from Valentin is you maybe want to remove bulk, I don't know, 100 bots, because you have some nomenclature that bots starting with test, you want to, like in a flow, remove, not click 100 times, but you want to remove it from automation. Then you can also use Valentin's automation. Yeah, I will show you in a moment this one. And also, just an addition to a great session today in the morning delivered by Mikko, our friend from Finland. It looks like Valentin is also an amazing specialist in governance. So for those who not read the Copilot Studio Governance article from Valentin, I strongly recommend this lecture. Okay, and oh yeah, now it works. Yeah, so I found it when preparing for this session, and I said, finally, Microsoft. But yeah, good that it works now. But remember, you still need to fix problems that you created before it was working. Let's move to the, let me check the time. Okay, we are good. Let's move to the demo. I will minimize this. And yeah, tip 3. So first, I will refresh list of bots, Copilot Studio. Here you have article of Valentin about deleting. He is kind enough that in his private GitHub, he delivers the whole managed solution that you can download, install. It's safe. I tested this. It's, yeah, in a moment I will show you what's inside. Although I also understand that in some companies you cannot install like any solution that you take from internet. Yeah, that's normal. But maybe at least you can install this on your developer environment and then copycat this pattern into your developments. Okay, so first of all, what I was talking about, if you about those app registration, this is Entra ID and my developer tenant, Clever Devs. If I will take a look how many app registrations I have here. 17, a lot. Now all this works, and yeah. Maybe a word of explanation about application users. What do I mean by elevating these privileges? So you need to read more on Valentin's blog, but he basically creates some sort of an application user in Dataverse. So this is my environment. This is my if you don't know where to find application users, if you go to the homepage of environment, you have these server-to-server apps in order name application users. And then this one is user that right now first is inactive, and then it also has 0 security roles. So, and this is a solution from Valentin that I installed. It's called Chatbot Remover. Yes, and inside it has just a one flow, and some connection references. And this is this flow, the details chatbot remover delete bot. And if you try to run it, maybe let's you remember we created here a bot, yeah, this one. Then maybe let's remove it like right now. To remove it a bot, we need to know the ID of the bot, which you can take from here. And you can paste it here. I need to also provide tenant ID and environment ID, and I have it somewhere else. Okay. This is my tenant ID and environment ID. Okay. It will take some time to remove it. Maybe we will be lucky if I will go here and refresh this screen. You will see for a moment that this is active and have like a security role of system administrators. Yeah, you see, it's active and have one role because this flow is running right now. And for a moment, this flow elevates privileges of application user to do the administrative job with Copilot. And if I refresh again after the job, then it will be inactive again. Inactive 0. So even if maybe right now it works, Microsoft fixed the problem, I strongly recommend checking the solution from Valentin. I will not go deep into the details. The flow is quite self-explanatory. If you will install and go to edit and see what kind of actions you will see how it works inside, because we still have some more stuff to do. And last part is also this blog that I was referring to about Copilot Studio Governance. A really beautiful blog and very well described the things that you need to think when governing Copilot's Studio Agents in Power Platform. Okay, let's jump to presentation and let's talk about number 4. Channels, single sign-on, and busting myths, plus making it simpler. I know maybe when you hear custom authentication plus Copilot Studio Agents, you getting sick, you don't know what to do. You've seen thousands of presentations or videos how to do it, but every time somebody did this differently. So you are a little bit afraid of, implementing this. So this slide hopefully will clarify stuff and present few tips and tricks around channels and SSO. So first of all, the first myth: if you want to deploy with single sign-on, so with authentication, authenticated users to those 3 channels, so Teams, Power Apps, and Microsoft 365, it's good enough that you pick the out-of-the-box authenticate with Microsoft. You don't have to do anything else. Then maybe you can ask, why don't people bother? And they create this weird series of settings, and everyone explains how to set up this third option in Copilot. This is only needed when you want to deliver single sign-on and authentication in channels different than those 3. So one of these channels might be also Teams. So you can ask why I should bother. I do a lot of steps with Teams if this works. Okay, but maybe next to Teams, you want to use it also in third, fourth weird channel, like, I don't know, custom website or SharePoint, because this is also possible. I will show you how. Then you have to then implement this. And then, it's very needed. The next part is you can also think about deploying this SSO into SharePoint. And again, here we have our friends from PowerCat team delivered a sample which is needed to do this setup, this SPFX solution. So, but you don't have to know in details how to build SPFX. You just grab the SPFX, deploy this on your SharePoint site, and configure, and voila, it can work. Yeah, it's not a rocket science. And for those who still have a headache and then don't know what Piotr is talking about, I recommend this colleague fellow, Microsoft. Recently, Paolo Pialorosi become a developer advocate at Microsoft, a genius guy who is in very clear way. And if you feel lost with tons of videos, don't care about any, just remember those 2 links and you will know how to implement SSO with Teams and with SharePoint and Customizer. Paolo is a great presenter. He showcase this both cases in a great way. So you will have no problems, 0 problems with like setting up this with those 2 videos. Don't follow other links. Paolo will show you how to set up Copilot Studio bots with custom channels in this custom way, with a very live demoing this setup, and yeah, very easy. But just to be even better, then another colleague from the community, Nishka Lang, created something better than Customizer. He created the same technique in a web part. Because many, at least my people in my organization, they were complaining, Customizer is a pop-up, you have to click it, it's not like we don't like it. It would be nice to have a web part. Like, then here you go. We have also a colleague who recently delivered a sample in PNP web parts that you can also take for free, grab, install, and use it in your tenant. And how? Just to prove I am not lying, I prepared for you a short demo about this. Yep. in tip number 4. First, like some Microsoft documentation that how to do this setup for Teams. Yeah, it's you can use it, but again, videos from Paolo Pialorosi are the only one you need. Yeah, it's very clear, step by step, delivering you all the details about the problems that you might experience. And for those who don't know what do I mean by SSO, for every Copilot, you have this. Maybe I will close it to show you where to. You go to settings, and then you go to security, and then you need to click authentication, and then out of the box you have this, which is good enough to set up this for Teams. So you don't have to think more. Go for it. Don't go to this third step if you have no complicated cases like SharePoint or other crazy channels. Then this is enough for you. If you only want to publish your Copilot agent into Teams, then this is enough for you. And this also supports SSO, so it's okay. But if you want to do something more, you can grab either this component for customizer, or you can grab this component. The links are were on this slide next to the faces of. This is Anishka Lang web part. You can also download from GitHub, and then again those SharePoint apps behind the scenes have something. I'm not sure if you are familiar with something called App Catalog in SharePoint. You have to place the solution in the SPFX in packages with SPFX solutions in this app catalog, and then you can play it on your SharePoint site. I just created one for you, and a demo of the customizer, how this can look like on SharePoint is here. Again, this is a pop-up, so available on any site. And to prove my also next like small tip, to prove that you are single sign-on works, you place in your greeting topic user data to prove that this single sign-on works, that you don't see the login button here. So this is a proof that SSO in SharePoint works. Like I was recognized as me myself, and I can I built like some silly bot that have like just one document PDF data source with licensing from February. So yeah, maybe it's not important what kind of okay, just to prove that it works. I will copy this because I will need this again in next bot. It will go to my bot and it will check the knowledge source. I'm using classic orchestration just to, although in developer mode, I applied for trials just to do this presentation for trials, both for Copilot Studio and also AI Builder. It's possible. Okay. And second web part is here on a separate site page in SharePoint. This is a web part from Anishka Lang. And again, this works in this fashion that it kicks off the topic for sign in, auto sign in me, and then greets me with my data. So another tip that I wanted to present, many people hide this message just to not confuse people. You can do this in your system topics in bot. You can sometimes decide which messages you want to hide. And if I will ask the same, then it should answer. As you can see, this has a little bit different UI. Maybe you like it better, maybe not. But if somebody will tell you in your company, I want to implement something like this in SharePoint, it's possible. And it's not very tough. Okay, that would be all about tip number 4. And we have 15 more minutes if we will use all the time. That's usually the case with my sessions. Sorry for this. I have one more. That's why I also wrote maybe 4 or 5. So the last one is I would say I will make it just a teaser, and you will have to do your homework with checking this, because many people I spot just ignored the announcement from PowerCat team about amazing software and package they delivered. And here I mean Copilot Studio Kit. This is a package for everyone. It contains 6 amazing products inside. I would put them into 2 groups. I would like to highlight shortly all of them to you. If you not tried this yet, please do and try, because it's really worth checking. Why? Because you can save ton of time, because you can take ready solutions to your solutions from those solutions. First one, Prompt Advisor. This is solution. The whole Copilot Studio Kit top element is model-driven app. And this Prompt Advisor is a custom page, so built in PowerFX. And you can, by opening these projects and opening also this custom page in editing mode, you will find a lot of nice code PowerFX that you can reuse in your solutions. The same story will be about other custom pages that they built. Why we makers should not copy from PowerCat team. They are really good specialists. Prompt Advisor is to teach people how to build better prompts, uses AI Builder AI prompts to provide prompt and improve prompts. So this is a perfect tool, although I don't know why they put this in Copilot Studio Kit. Maybe there is a small common thing that everyone who wants to build Copilot Studio agents must be good in prompting. Maybe this was their thinking. Definitely, you can take this whole code from Prompt Advisor and sell it as a separate product to your people in your company, how to improve them to build better prompts. And AI prompts delivered by this tool is amazing. It's something, I have it somewhere. Yeah, maybe I'll show later. Next one, Adaptive Card Gallery. Who was not tired of, like, I don't know, maybe you are using Adaptive Studio IO, Adaptive Card Studio to generate your adaptive cards JSONs. But sometimes maybe you are lost, maybe you have no ideas, maybe it's too complicated. This Canvas custom page, because this is also the same technology, it delivers you samples of adaptive cards that you can take and copy to your bots. You don't have to create them out of the box. You take a copy, and maybe adopt a little bit, and you have ready adaptive cards and beautiful UI and interaction with your Copilot Studio bots. Last from the group, because 6 tools are split into 2 groups. First group I called independent apps is WebChat Playground. This WebChat Playground is for people who like to customize the UI of chatbots. Maybe I will show you also a little bit how this can be done. And then the second group is for testing or processing Copilot Studio agents with engine that offers 3 configuration types. Test automation to automate. This might be a little bit scary, and I believe that's why many people don't check this package, because they are feeling, oh, that package is for super advanced people and I should not touch it because I'm just a maker. Yeah, that was the marketing around this package. And it's not true, because you can install it, check it, and you don't have to use this part. Although it's also very interesting, because you can test how good is your bot by checking different areas. AI prompts in AI Builder, checking conversation transcripts in Dataverse, checking Azure Application Insights. And here, by the way, I invite you for a session, very interesting session of my colleague Artur, who will have in this event a very nice session about Azure Application Insights and Copilots. please join his session and yeah, watch it. You'll know more about integration, Copilot Studio bots, and application insights. Yeah, and then 2 other applications, conversation KPIs. If you get questions from your business, who is using how the bots, what they are asking for, what are the analytics of this, then conversation KPIs are for you, because you will then download occasionally all the transcripts and you will have analytics. It's something similar. I believe this product is what we can see right now in the new analytics tab in the Copilot Studio, but maybe not everything. So definitely worth checking. And last one, file synchronization, also known as database indexer. I put in every product some links on this presentation. Presentation will be available to you. I guess I will share this with organizers, so they should deliver this to you. So you can go and read this. And maybe just quickly, we have 9 more minutes. I don't want to use everything, because and next speaker must also connect and show the screen. So few quick showcase. So the first link is to highlight this Copilot Studio Kit. Then documentation about this Copilot Studio Kit is the best, very good one. So you should not be afraid to read these markdown documentations. They delivered very good documentation. It's worth reading everything. Maybe the only thing that they miss is some sort of a table of contents, because they the markdowns are not ordered in. So maybe on somewhere on the top should be some sort of a table of contents. This one is more details about testing, so this one I will skip. Maybe in the end I want to present the application, how it looks, and just today maybe I will show only those 3 independent apps just to show you how good they are. I'll try to finish in 3 minutes, just to leave 5 minutes for next presenter. And again, it's possible to test this app on dev environment, because you might be worried. I am now not allowed to use it on my production because it's too custom community solutions. So this is the
quick disclaimer: the developer or personal development environment. Or
developer.
Okay.
Can be also developer. It has no And again, in my team, we are checking this component by component, and why not take a look? This is a nice component. Why not? We have in Canvas apps YAM snippets. Why we will not take this part to do something similar in our apps? I know it's not maybe a rocket science, but still, some time that we can save. And here you take a look. This is improving this prompt and refining. This is first tool. Second tool, adaptive cards. You have a list of adaptive cards that you can open. It will go, and the adaptive card, you can open this in. They also deliver a custom bot that you can test this adaptive card in this bot that they delivered. And last part is Web Chat Playground, which you can deliver some theming on top of this playground, like this one. Yeah, and then to prove that it's really working, I have here a custom HTML with webground. I just took this, and I believe I'm using the red one. I can say hi, and then this. By the way, this is a face of one of the PowerCut team members who delivered the most good toys in this. So that's why it's worth mentioning. Okay. I believe I am done with my presentation. Maybe just a last slides at the end. Please rate my session. Yeah, and then also a few others. Please go and try to win some swags delivered. I'm not sure if everyone is showing this on their presentation, but this is a global event that and you can win some prizes. And then, yeah, a very, very important slide. I highly recommend you guys, everyone, to join two most amazing events in Power Platform world because they are in Poland. Yeah. But yeah, amazing. Warsaw and in May, and Gdynia usually in September. I'm not sure if this will be still Gdynia, but amazing
Most
events.
likely.
And then also a word about our local communities. Also shout out to all the organizers behind those communities. Without them, probably events like this will never happen. So thank you, guys. And last one. In June, there will be Power Platform conference in Austria, so you can also win a ticket.
Yes, we'll
And
be
that's
making the raffle at the end of our event. So indeed. Awesome, Piotr. Thank you very much. I'm really pleased because this is, I guess, the first time when we see your session and you are spot on time. So this is like perfect. I will not tease you guys with giving you a chance to ask the questions. I think everyone, as always, are having the mind blow. There are like 6 people who wants to get the presentation materials, so like we will reach out to these 6. No, just joking.
if
We will
anyone
be
has
giving
any questions, like you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I am accepting all the connections.
awesome, Piotr. It was really great tips. Definitely something worth to explore. Like you are looking for the most cost efficient options to set up your copilots, like you were showing this um, export templates. So this is awesome. I really like encourage you guys to look through that lens what you can do for your company, and in this way that the company will not pay through the nose. Have a nice tools in the good way applied. Awesome. So Piotr, one more time, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you.